Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown's ongoing tendency to play the victim card has become one of the most controversial and dissected aspects of the sister wives saga, a behavior that many fans argue undermines any potential for accountability and healing within the family. Over the years, Kody's public persona has been carefully constructed as the charismatic patriarch of the Brown family, but increasingly, viewers have observed a recurring pattern in which he deflects responsibility for family conflicts and personal missteps by portraying himself as the perennial victim. This narrative, which is repeated time and again through his confessional interviews and on-camera interactions, serves as a shield against criticism while simultaneously fueling internal power struggles among the wives. For longtime fans who have followed the ups and downs of the Brown family for nearly 2 decades, Kody's repeated use of the victim card is more than a defensive tactic. It's become a symbol of a broader failure to address the deep-seated issues that have long festered behind the family's public facade. The mechanics of deflection. At the heart of the criticism is Kody's consistent pattern of deflection. Rather than taking ownership of his role in the family's conflicts, be they financial mismanagement, personal betrayals, or the fallout from his often authoritarian leadership, Kody frequently shifts the blame onto external circumstances or onto the actions of his wives. This tactic not only spares him the discomfort of introspection but also positions him as an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of a family that is, in reality, rife with dysfunction. In several recent episodes, viewers have noted how Kody's language and body language betray an underlying desperation. When confronted with criticism, he tends to emphasize his own struggles, suggesting that he is under constant attack from forces beyond his control. For instance, during heated family meetings, his remarks about being unfairly targeted by the media or misunderstood by his wives serve to reinforce a victim narrative that detracts from his accountability. This defensive posture, while perhaps a natural reaction to prolonged public scrutiny, is seen by fans as a convenient escape hatch, a way to avoid addressing the root causes of the family's issues. The impact on family dynamics. Kody's refusal to accept responsibility has far-reaching consequences for the Brown family's internal dynamics. When the patriarch consistently positions himself as the wronged party, it creates an environment in which healthy dialogue is stifled. The other wives, who have long voiced their own grievances and feelings of marginalization, find it increasingly difficult to express their concerns without being dismissed. This dynamic not only deepens existing resentments but also perpetuates a cycle of blame that inhibits genuine reconciliation. Fans argue that if Kody were to relinquish the victim persona and engage in more honest self-reflection, it could pave the way for a more collaborative, supportive family atmosphere. Instead, his habitual deflection forces conflicts to remain unresolved, leaving emotional wounds to fester and undermining the very foundation of trust that is critical for any family's long-term well-being. A public persona under siege. Beyond the internal family implications, Kody's continued use of the victim card has significant consequences for his public image. In an era where authenticity and accountability are increasingly valued, his unwillingness to own up to his part in the family's struggles has not gone unnoticed by fans and critics alike. Social media platforms are abuzz with commentary, with hashtags like #victimcard and #ownyourfaults trending among viewers who are frustrated by what they see as a refusal to engage in genuine introspection. For many, Kody's behavior has become emblematic of a broader cultural issue in reality television, the tendency for public figures to manipulate their image in order to avoid criticism, even if it means sacrificing truth and accountability. This calculated presentation of himself as a perpetual victim not only serves to deflect personal responsibility but also reinforces a narrative that is at odds with the values of integrity and personal growth. The roots of the victim narrative. To understand why Kody continues to rely on the victim narrative, it's important to consider the pressures and expectations inherent in his role. As the central figure in one of reality TV's most-watched polygamous families, Kody has been under constant pressure to perform, to be the pillar of strength and stability for both his family and his audience. This expectation is not without its toll. The relentless scrutiny, the constant barrage of criticism, and the high stakes of public image can create a psychological environment where admitting fault feels akin to personal defeat. For Kody, the victim card is a protective mechanism, a way to cushion the blow of public and private failure. By framing his actions as the result of external pressures and inevitable circumstances, he can avoid the more painful process of self-examination. While this may provide temporary relief, it ultimately leaves unresolved the underlying issues that continue to erode trust within the family. The call for accountability. For fans who have grown weary of the blame game, there is a resounding call for accountability, a demand that Kody take full responsibility for his role in the family's challenges. Many viewers believe that real change can only come when all parties are willing to confront their own shortcomings, and that the persistent victim narrative is a major barrier to that process. By refusing to acknowledge his own mistakes, Kody not only perpetuates the cycle of blame but also denies his family the opportunity to move forward together. Longtime followers of Sister Wives are urging him to drop the victim act and engage in honest, difficult conversations about the emotional and practical issues that have long divided the family. They argue that while it's understandable to feel overwhelmed by public scrutiny and internal pressures, true leadership requires a willingness to embrace vulnerability, to apologize when necessary, and to work collaboratively toward solutions that benefit everyone. The role of production and editing. It is also essential to consider the role of the production team in shaping Kody's public persona. Reality TV is notorious for its selective editing, where moments of conflict or vulnerability are amplified to create a more compelling narrative. Some critics suggest that Kody's apparent deflection might be partly a result of how his words and actions are edited for maximum dramatic impact. However, even when viewed in this light, the recurring pattern of blaming Robyn, and by extension, deflecting responsibility, is hard to ignore. Fans argue that if the truth were fully revealed, there would be ample evidence to show that Kody's behavior is not an anomaly crafted for ratings but a deeply ingrained pattern that continues to harm his family's prospects for genuine reconciliation. The editing may accentuate certain moments, but the underlying sentiment remains clear. Kody's refusal to own up to his mistakes has become a defining aspect of his character, one that many find both disheartening and counterproductive. Broader cultural implications. Kody's ongoing deflection is not just a personal failing, it is also reflective of broader cultural issues regarding leadership, accountability, and the nature of public personas in modern media. In today's society, where there is an increasing call for transparency and self-awareness from public figures, Kody's reluctance to face his own shortcomings stands out as a stark contrast to these emerging values. The expectation that leaders should be humble and open about their faults is gaining traction across various sectors, and many fans see Kody's continued victimhood as an outdated model of leadership that no longer resonates with a more modern, accountable approach. This dissonance between traditional power structures and contemporary values is at the heart of much of the criticism directed at him, as viewers grapple with the question of whether a man who consistently evades responsibility can truly serve as a role model for his family or for society at large. The path forward. Looking to the future, the critical question is whether Kody Brown can break free from the victim narrative and take meaningful steps toward accountability. For the Brown family to heal and move forward, it is imperative that every member, especially those in leadership roles, engages in honest self-reflection and acknowledges their part in the ongoing conflicts. For many fans, this means that Kody must confront the reality that his defensive posture is not only damaging his relationships but is also preventing the family from achieving true unity and growth. A transformative shift in his behavior could potentially pave the way for more open, constructive dialogue among the family members, allowing for a resolution of long-standing grievances that have long been swept under the rug. However, such change is difficult, especially in the high-pressure world of reality TV where every misstep is amplified and every vulnerability is exploited for ratings. Conclusion. In conclusion, the persistent criticism that Kody Brown continues to play the victim card is a multifaceted issue that reflects the intricate interplay between personal ambition, public image, and the relentless pressures of maintaining a high-profile family under constant scrutiny. His habitual deflection, particularly the tendency to blame Robyn for the family's troubles, has become a symbol of his unwillingness to take full responsibility for his actions, and it has, in turn, contributed to an environment of mistrust and unresolved conflict within the Brown household. For fans of Sister Wives, this recurring pattern is not just a narrative device but a real, tangible barrier to the family's healing and unity. The call for accountability is clear. Only by acknowledging and addressing his own shortcomings can Kody hope to break the cycle of blame and foster a more balanced, supportive dynamic within his family. As the new season unfolds, viewers will be watching closely, hoping that this moment of public criticism will spark the transformative change that the Brown family so desperately needs, a change that honors the values of humility, transparency, and genuine connection in a world that is all too quick to celebrate superficial success over true personal growth. Kody and Robyn Brown's recent on-screen moments have ignited a wave of concern and intense discussion among Sister Wives fans, as the couple's visible panic appears to signal that long-standing pressures, both personal and public, are finally catching up with them. In a series of dramatic confessional segments and unguarded off-camera interviews, viewers witnessed what many describe as genuine panic from both Kody and Robyn. This reaction, which marks a stark departure from their usually composed public personas, has raised pressing questions about the evolving dynamics within the Brown household and the toll that years of relentless media scrutiny and internal power struggles are taking on the family. The unraveling of the public persona. For decades, Kody and Robyn have been portrayed as the cornerstone of the Brown family, a couple whose carefully managed images have helped to maintain an appearance of control and unity in the face of countless challenges. Kody, often depicted as the authoritative patriarch, and Robyn, whose steady rise to prominence has been both celebrated and criticized, have long played their roles to perfection. Yet recent episodes have revealed cracks in that facade. In what appears to be a spontaneous outburst during a family meeting, both Kody and Robyn were visibly unsettled. Their expressions, hurried explanations, and the palpable tension between them pointed to an internal crisis. Fans on social media quickly dubbed the moment as a panic reveal, arguing that the couple's reaction was far too raw to be a mere on-set performance. Many believe that the panic underscores a deep-seated anxiety about unresolved issues, whether financial, emotional, or related to the overall direction of the family, that have been simmering beneath the surface for years. External pressures and internal struggles. One of the key factors behind this apparent panic is the mounting external pressure from a relentless media landscape and the ever-watchful eyes of millions of viewers. The Brown family has been under the microscope since the early days of Sister Wives, and every decision, every argument, and every moment of vulnerability has been dissected for public consumption. This constant scrutiny creates an environment where even minor setbacks can trigger significant stress. For Kody, whose role has been to project strength and stability, the pressure to always appear in control can become overwhelming, especially when faced with internal conflicts that threaten to expose the imperfections of the family's carefully curated image. Robyn, too, faces her own battles. As the face of the family's modern reinvention, she is expected to be both compassionate and decisive, a role that leaves little room for error. The recent panic seems to be a culmination of years of accumulated tension, disagreements over financial management, shifting power dynamics among the wives, and the lingering effects of past controversies. When the couple's calm veneer finally cracked on camera, it resonated with fans who have long suspected that the relentless pressure was wearing them down from the inside out. Financial uncertainties and family legacy. Another significant contributor to the couple's distress appears to be financial uncertainties. The Brown family's wealth, once a source of pride and stability, has come under increasing scrutiny as market fluctuations and internal disputes over property and resources become more pronounced. Kody, who has been the primary decision-maker when it comes to finances, has often been criticized for his handling of the family's assets. Recent rumors and off-camera discussions hint that disagreements over large financial commitments, such as those related to the family's properties, have escalated, causing palpable stress. In one particularly revealing moment, Kody's hurried explanation about a looming financial decision seemed more like a defensive response than a calm update, suggesting that he was overwhelmed by the pressure of ensuring the family's financial future. For Robyn, who has often shouldered much of the day-to-day emotional management, this financial strain adds another layer of complexity to her already burdened role. The panic they both exhibited can be interpreted as a reaction not just to a single crisis, but to a cascade of challenges that have left them feeling vulnerable and exposed. The weight of unresolved family conflict. Interwoven with external pressures and financial concerns is the enduring impact of unresolved family conflict. The Brown household has long been a microcosm of the struggles inherent in maintaining a multifaceted, polygamous family under the public eye. Past seasons have documented numerous instances of infighting, betrayal, and shifting alliances among the wives, with Kody often positioned as both the arbiter and, at times, the instigator of these conflicts. Over time, these internal battles have taken an emotional toll on everyone involved. For Kody and Robyn, the stress of mediating these disputes while also protecting their public image has created a perfect storm of emotional exhaustion. In the recent panic reveal, viewers noted that the tension in the room was not just about the immediate issue at hand but was emblematic of years of suppressed resentment and unresolved grievances. When a family is forced to hide its true feelings behind a facade for the sake of ratings, the eventual eruption can be explosive. Fans have expressed concern that this moment of panic might be the tipping point, signaling that the internal fractures within the Brown family are growing deeper and more difficult to mend. Fan reactions, a mixture of sympathy and frustration. Social media platforms have been flooded with a mix of sympathy, anger, and profound disappointment in response to the couple's recent display of panic. Longtime fans, who have followed the ups and downs of sister wives for nearly 2 decades, are divided. Some viewers sympathize with Kody and Robyn, arguing that the intense pressures of reality TV and the relentless media scrutiny are factors that no one should be expected to bear indefinitely. These fans see the panic not as a sign of weakness, but as a human response to a perfect storm of personal and public challenges, a reminder that even those who seem larger than life are vulnerable to the weight of their responsibilities. Others, however, are more critical, accusing the couple of allowing their personal struggles to be exploited by producers and by the media, rather than taking meaningful steps to address the underlying issues. Comments such as "the panic is proof that they're not as in control as they claim," and "their crisis is a manufactured moment designed to boost ratings" are common, reflecting a deep-seated frustration with what some perceive as an endless cycle of drama that prevents genuine resolution. The role of producers and editorial choices. It's also important to consider the influence of the production team on how these moments are presented to the public. Sister Wives has built its reputation on delivering high-stakes drama and compelling narratives, and the editors play a crucial role in shaping the storylines that fans see. Critics argue that the recent panic reveal may have been accentuated by selective editing, cutting together moments that highlight the couple's distress while downplaying any signs of calm or resolution. This approach, while effective for ratings, often leaves viewers wondering how much of what they see is authentic and how much is crafted for maximum impact. Regardless of the producer's intentions, the resulting narrative has struck a chord with fans, who are now calling for a more transparent, unfiltered look at the challenges facing the Brown family. The human cost of fame. At its core, the panic exhibited by Kody and Robyn is a stark reminder of the human cost of living life under constant public scrutiny. The pressures of fame, where every emotion is recorded, every mistake is magnified, and every private moment becomes public property, can be overwhelming. In the world of sister wives, this is particularly true. Kody and Robyn have spent years navigating the dual demands of maintaining a polished public image while trying to manage the messy, often painful realities of family life. The recent panic reveal is a moment of raw exposure, a glimpse into the cracks in the facade that many had long suspected existed. It is a powerful testament to the fact that even those who seem to have mastered the art of public performance are not immune to the vulnerabilities that define the human experience. For fans who have long admired the resilience of the Brown family, this moment is both a sobering reminder and a call to action. It underscores the need for the family to address the deep-seated issues that have long been simmering beneath the surface, rather than allowing them to build to a boiling point. Many viewers are now demanding that Kody and Robyn take concrete steps toward reconciliation and healing, steps that involve acknowledging their own vulnerabilities and working collaboratively to rebuild the trust that has been eroded over time. "The jig is up," one fan remarked, "and now it's time for real change, not just another cycle of drama." Moving forward, possibilities and challenges. Looking ahead, the challenge for the Brown family will be to harness this moment of crisis as an opportunity for growth, rather than allowing it to signal the beginning of further disintegration. For Kody and Robyn, the public display of panic could serve as a wake-up call, a moment to re-evaluate their priorities, to embrace vulnerability, and to work toward more genuine, empathetic relationships with each other and with their children. It is an opportunity to break the cycle of blame and deflection that has long characterized their interactions and to build a future that is based on shared responsibility and mutual support. However, the path forward is fraught with challenges. The entrenched patterns of behavior that have defined the Brown family's public narrative are not easily undone. Years of selective editing, public pressures, and the relentless demands of maintaining a flawless image have left deep scars that will not heal overnight. For meaningful change to occur, the family must be willing to confront these issues head-on, with each member taking responsibility for their role in the collective dysfunction. This process of healing will require patience, openness, and perhaps most importantly, a willingness to let go of old grudges in favor of forging a new, more authentic narrative. Whether or not Kody and Robyn are capable of such transformation remains to be seen, but the recent panic reveal has undoubtedly injected a sense of urgency into the conversation.